Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As you guys can see, I'm back from my little trip to Florida to visit my daughter, and I'm back in the kitchen, and I'm gonna tell you what I'm going to be doing this morning. And then when I go over to brown the roast and everything, I will talk to you guys more about my little trip. And I hope you guys went and watched my first live video, my first collab video. I would appreciate it if you go over and watch it. And like I say, I got something it's on my spirit to tell you guys about my little trip down to Florida. But first of all, I'm going to tell you the ingredients you're going to need for this, what I'm cooking today. Because what I'm going to be doing today is it's a shoulder roast. A shoulder roast, pot roast. You know, you can have the shoulder or the chuck roast or whatever. But I'm doing a shoulder roast today. That other video that I have up is I did a boneless chuck roast. And you know, it's several cuts of roasts and stuff. But this one I'm going to be doing today, I do in the crock pot. I like to do this one in the crock pot. And let me tell you a little quick thing before I get started. Now, crock pot is something that I used to did not like at all. When I first learned the crock pots back in the 70s, it was before I got married, the early 70s. My mama had got one, and they did that crock pot cooking, and I used to think, this ain't nothing. I do not like this. It would take so long for that meat or whatever you put in it. Mostly they just did meats back then in it. It made the meat taste like it was leftovers or whatever. So I didn't care anything for a crock pot until later years, where I learned that you know, you can do something other than just throwing it over in the crock pot and whatever. And now that I have crock pots, I kind of use it like when I'm having a dinner or luncheon or whatever. I use it to keep things warm, because when me and Tuck first got married back in the 70s, I got several crock pots, maybe like 3, 4 for wedding gifts. And to be honest with you, I gave all of them away except one. This place where he was working at, it gave us a nice one, and the reason I kept that is because it set up on a griller. It had a grill to it, and I could use that little griddle. And then when I use that crock pot, I like the way it did better than I did the traditional crock pots. And that's what I kind of want to tell you guys with the crock pot. I will do crock pot cooking now on certain things, and I learned how to do it a lot better. But I used to didn't care nothing about your crock pot cooking. I know a lot of people going to say, what? No. Maybe they did not like crock pot cooking at all. But anyway, what I'm going to be doing this morning, I'm going to be doing a shoulder roast, as I told you, and I'm gonna fix it like I do like I would do a traditional pot roast. And I got here maybe about a 2.5 pound shoulder roast. So that's what I'm gonna be cooking. Now, if you're gonna be cooking one larger or smaller, you know, you would adjust the way that I'm gonna cook this and probably the time. And I'm gonna tell you something else before I forget it. I will be cooking this roast on high on the crock pot. I cook it on high, and it normally takes about 6 to 7 hours to cook on high. But it always ends up very juicy and delicious. And let me tell you what I'm going to be seasoning my roast with. I got some, you know, we talked, can you see this too?
And put it in.
Which way I need to put it in?
Towards the camera.
What the camera? I can't see them in that light. Is that right?
Well, hold on. I have to zoom into it.
Well, they
right,
really
go
got
ahead.
it. Yeah, you know, I told you guys use the seasoning that you want, but since I had a young lady that sent me, well, I had more than one lady that sent me an email to that she would like to know the seasoning that I use, to get a general idea as to what to use. That's the reason I go through all that. But by all means, use whatever seasoning that you like on your roast and that you have used and know that's good. But that's the Tony Shachira, you know the name I can't pronounce. That's the no seasoning, not no seasoning, no salt seasoning. It's pretty good, guys. And then I got the sodium free beef bouillon granules or powder or whatever it is. I think it's they call it, it's just like a little, it's flavored. They call it flavored, beef flavor. Okay, and then I got some Lowry salt, seasoned salt, and that's the 25% less sodium. And then I'm going to use some onion powder, and I will be using some complete seasoning. This complete seasoning is where my salt going to really come in on it, because it has quite a bit of salt or sodium and stuff in it. But it's not a whole lot, but it's going to give it just that perfect flavoring that you're looking for. And then I got 1 pack of the brown gravy mix, and I'm going to show you where that's going to go in the recipe, because I put that in at the, I'm going to put this in off the camera once the roast has almost completed cooking. I'm going to go in, I'm going to put this on in. You won't see when I put this in, but I will tell you how long, how long it been cooked before I put it in. Okay, and this is a cup of water, and I'm going to put my beef things in this cup of water. Now, if you guys, if you're not reducing your sodium or whatever, use just beef bouillon cubes. Use some of that, whatever your favorite beef bouillon cubes, use that. But I use that because it's sodium free, and I love the flavor. The flavor is just superb. Okay, and I got black pepper. I'm gonna be using black pepper to season it with. And this here cup of water right here is what I'm gonna be pouring over in the crock pot. I may use a little more than that. It's just according. Okay, I got some self-rising flour over there. That's what I'm gonna be putting the roast on, because I'm gonna go over to the oven. I'm gonna go over to the stove, and as I season this roast, I'm gonna flour it and everything, and then I'm gonna brown it before I put it into my crock pot. So I will be flouring it with this here self-rising flour. I told you guys the story of the reason I like to use self-rising flour for when I flour anything. I always use the self-rising flour, but you can use all-purpose flour or plain flour if you want to, because I do put seasoning. If I'm frying chicken or pork chop and stuff like that, I do put extra seasoning into my self-rising flour. All the self-rising flour is, it already has like salt, and it has baking powder in it. They have a leavening agent in it. But for some reason or another, I like that for flouring chicken or whatever. I used to use plain flour all the time, but I found out that makes your food taste a lot better and fry a lot better. And okay, I got some olive oil, what I'm gonna be using in the skillet to brown my roast. Probably maybe about a couple of tablespoons or whatever, less. And then this is some little red potatoes. A long time ago we used to call these new potatoes. I have them already washed, and I'm going to be cutting them up, and I'm going to put them in the roast starting off, not later on. I'm going to start it off in there. Okay, and this is a bag of baby carrots. I'm going to put this whole bag in there, because this roast is going to be for more than, it's going to be for leftovers. And I have about, I think I said about 10 of those. I may not use them all, but more likely, no, this probably ain't 10. It's probably about 7 or 8. I can't remember how many I picked up. And so I'll be cutting those up and show you. And I'm not going to peel them. I'm going to use the peel on that. And I will show you guys how I have it fixed, because I'm going to go off. I'm going to get my roast, get all my seasoning and stuff on the roast. And Then when I come back, I'll be over at the stove getting ready to brown it up and put it in. I have my crock pot out and put it in the crock pot. And that's when I got a little something I want to chat with you guys about when I brown up my roast, about what I experienced down there around in Florida. So you guys, I will be right back. Meet you at the stove. Okay guys, we're back, and I got the roast all washed up and seasoned. I wanted you to see some. Is this where they can see it? I want you to see how generously I had that seasoning on here. I didn't skimp with that seasoning. That's the reason I'm glad I can use a lot of stuff that don't have sodium in it or salt in it, because that's where your flavor gonna come in. It's gonna give it big flavor. Okay, I already got it seasoned. And I always use some kind of pan to get my flour on it. And I got some flour over here already in it. I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna take the roast and just lay it over in the flour. Move this out the way. Thank you.
Hold it over where you show the flour. Hold the roast over so you can see the.
I put it on that flour that I already had in the pan, and then I'm just gonna take some more and sprinkle it on the top so I can get it real coated. Just take your hands. Make sure you get the sides of it. Take your hands and the sides and the end. Make sure you get it real good. Just kind of press it down. Because this flour you put on there is going to help thicken your gravy once we get it all cooked up in there. And if for some reason or another, when I do it this way, brown it before I put it into my crock pot, it make it taste like I did it in the oven. Okay, I've been having my skillet heating up over here. Let me rinse my hands for a minute. Just put some water over there and let me bring that back. I can let the water stay. Good. I'm not going to need it back until I get ready to take it over to the crock pot. Okay, I want to rinse my hands so I can check on the skillet. Flour on it. You see how much olive oil I have in there? Can you see it?
Yes, you can see it.
Probably about 2 or 3 spoonful. Let me move some of this out the way. I don't need it anymore. Okay, gonna just shake it a little bit and just go ahead on and lay your roast over in it. And I got it kind of low. I'm gonna turn it up just a little bit till it start to brown. Because like I said, I want to talk to you guys a minute. Kind of turned a little lower than I normally would have it. Because like I said, I wanted to talk just a minute, but I'm going to turn this up some. Pick it up paper plate. Get something to rinse my, I don't know. Hopefully, A lot of you guys have seen the lives and stuff that we did down there in Florida. And you also probably have seen my collab. My first collab that I did. I was pretty well excited about it. And it went over well. And the people was pleased with it. They sent me some feedback on it. But all of that was all good. And my visit was good. But I want to tell you guys something that I experienced being down there, especially in the grocery stores and stuff. I have been asked to speak on what's going on with the with the crisis that we in, and I hear a lot of YouTubers say that YouTube won't allow you to call it what it is. So you know, I'm on YouTube, so I have to kind of abide by their rules until I get off. Because believe me, you guys, if it's something that I want to say to you all that they don't agree with, and if the Lord put it on my heart, I will say it. I can, like I told you in the other videos, just as easily as I got on, I get off. Don't know, I don't let, because something like that, when you're telling people out something good, and the adversary try to direct that, I don't even play around with it a minute. Anyway, I'm a person that can get vibes when I'm in a place, and the vibes in that store and stuff like that, it was kind of eerie. That's kind of cold, and the people was sort of walking around and acting like zombies and all of that. And I said, Lord, what is it? And I was just, I was trying to talk to you guys on our little live. That was so much fun, guys. But then I had to also observe my surroundings, which I always do. And when I got back over to my daughter's house and all that, we still, we just really enjoyed ourselves. It was still kind of weighing on my mind. And then I said, then I went to like praying and thinking about it. I said, Lord, what is it? Because that was not the first time that I had been out shopping or whatever. And then when I got home, I was reading the comments on the live. And one young lady came on. I told you guys, I do not play around with people coming to my channel saying nasty stuff and do it. You can do all you want to behind my back and be fake and all of that. But when you come directly at me with something that I know you being just disrespectful for nothing, I'm going to block you. No ifs, ands, or buts. And I don't even be led to respond to it, because you can't respond to evil and nastiness. Because I'm going to tell you what she said, if I can remember. Some of y'all might have seen the comment before I was able to take it down. She was like, oh wow, we's out like traveling and stuff like that, and with the with the virus and stuff going on, and how she just felt sorry for the she called them the frontline waitresses and the people that was waiting on us at the restaurant and stuff like that they had to be subjected to. And what she, with her silly self, now I can really talk about that child, and but I'm not, because like I said, I blocked her. But I'm gonna tell y'all what I thought. I said, what's this little old silly child is talking about? I said, that restaurant was full of people in their mind and their own business, not hers. And the workers act like they was glad to be at their job. They were just as nice and polite as they could be doing their job. And I was like, what is she saying? And then, like I said, I kept praying over it. And then I said, then it came to me. People have started to operate in fear. And you can feel it. And that's what Satan wants. He wants us to start operating in fear, to get our mind weakened. So if we get affected with that virus, we're gonna be in a bad way. Our mind is not gonna be where it need to be to fight off something like that. I said, oh, okay. He's pretty smart as to what he's doing. Because Because, I talked to my children, and I also had, telling you guys that I was going to pray and not worry. And that's the way I was going to leave it. I was going to do what the people in charge was telling us to do, to zone control. Like some people say that do what the CDC says, and yes, them doing that. They, I trust that who our leader is in this country is getting the best people over it. That's not gonna play any games with us. But I think what's going on, people is leaning to the media, and that's not cool. Because I've listened to some of this stuff that they was, I call it, I won't say what I call it, what they putting out. If you got a weak mind, oh my God, if you got a weak mind, they turn everything around. Because me, I'm not worried about browning it too much, guys, because it's going to be in that crock pot. Because my husband and I, one tell us to listen to it. I like, you tell me what's going on. And sometimes I listen to some of the YouTubers and stuff about it. But when he was first doing the briefing every day, I was listening to that. And then when I heard these other people take on it, I said, how in the world did they arrive at that? I said, they are deliberately trying to put fear in the people and make them thinking that the person in charge is lying. And I'm like, okay, if the person in charge is lying, who is you to tell that it's lying? But I tell you one thing I know, I don't know whether he is, God may know, but one thing I could say with what listening to you, you telling a lie and the truth ain't in you. That wasn't what said. Use your common sense. Because these people they are really directing the narrative in a powerful Satan way. They are trying to turn things around. Even this in little local news and stuff, don't know what they doing. They doing their little best to try to turn things around. Because here in our area, we had our first case. Oh, big deal. Oh, the man was over. Go get the best of care. Whole lot of la. And all that stuff. He was over in the hospital. And let some people tell it, the man was ready at death's doors. Had a lot of people thinking that didn't know, oh, he probably gonna, he wasn't gonna make it. But he was gonna make sure you just a pack of lies. And then, they kept us updated on how he was doing. This was our first case now. First case reported at our hospital. They kept it updated on how he was doing. And then you didn't hear no more. Well, I don't listen to the local news too much. Then, I didn't hear anymore. I didn't hear anything else about it. And then the people that I talked to, I started inquiring. I'm like, well, did the guy pass that had the, they had the virus down here? And some people was like telling me they was, a couple of people said, yeah, they think he died. Oh, he died. Okay. So I didn't think nothing else about it. And then I was talking to, it was probably two or 3 weeks after the fact, I was talking to the lady that I know, me and her is about on the same page. And she was telling me, because she knew who the guy was. And, because I hadn't really talked to her about it. And she said, I said, he what? She said, she had heard that he had came back home and was it was just really on the mend. She's really truly, I heard he was doing fairly well, because she was thinking the same thing I was thinking. What? So that kind of threw up my antennas as to what's going on. And then the next thing I seen, this guy was, the guy wasn't dead like they say he was. I don't know how many more around here have died from it, because I started removing myself from it. They just rushing to say how many cases we had here, how many cases, but they wasn't rushing to tell you how many people seem like they're recovering from it, okay? And all the negative stuff they was telling you. that everybody that even they was checking the stores they had been in and all of that, and all those people was gonna have to be tested. Just a bunch of stuff, just making this here real big. That's all you can hear. But it wasn't saying nothing about that. Some of the people was recovering, had got it and was recovering and was doing pretty, doing pretty good. Because I had talked to, I was, somebody that I correspond on my channel on YouTube. She was telling me something, and then she said that the person that she knows, which I don't want, I'm not calling any names or whatever, that they had, that they had recovered. I said, okay. This here when it was first going on. Let me see, can I turn it on the side a little bit? And I said, okay, it's, I'm like, okay, we don't know, but none of us know if we gonna get it or whatever, but that, to me, that was letting people know that some people is recovering from it, and most of the people that was not doing too well with it was the elderly people and people that had their health and stuff was compromised in some type of way, a bad diabetic, heart problems, and just some other kind of illness other than the virus. And I was saying all of that to say this here. If you can, do not let fear set in, because we do not know whether or not. I'm telling you this from the heart, because I don't know. I may get it. That I don't know. But I do know one thing. If my mind is not in the right place and I let fear set in, that's gonna take, your odds is not good when you start letting fear take over your mind, that if you get it, it's just a matter of time before you're out of here. Because we had two people here in this town, a husband and a wife. They had it. The people put them in real bad shape, which they said that the lady was in real bad shape. She was a real bad diabetic, and she was in bad shape. But I know she probably don't know. Some of them members, they had put them over there in the funeral home. I don't know which one they was gonna go to, but they was already in there. Just put them in the funeral home. Then when you stop hearing stuff, when you hear somebody stop talking about somebody that had it or whatever, go back and ask them people what's the results of it. I mean, how they doing, whether you know it or not. Okay. So a couple of weeks had passed. I hadn't asked the lady nothing about it, and she didn't say nothing about it. Then I thought about it when I was talking to her one day. I said, well, how did they get? Because I was telling her we were praying for her. And she said, oh, they at home. They back home. I want to say, are you sure from what you were telling me, especially about with the wife? And he said, yeah, and then, but she came all in with the negative stuff. That they still got, they're keeping them quarantined for a while. And then they go back and be retested and keep testing and all that kind of stuff. I said, oh, how long is they going to have to go through that? Oh, she don't know. I said, well, that's something somebody need to find out. I said, because if you get it, it's just like when you get a cold. The doctor, you contagious right before you come down with the cold. That's when you're the most contagious. And then on top of that, once you get a cold, for anybody that had a cold or flu or anything, know that stuff you'll get better, but it don't run out your body that quick. You still may be having some symptoms of that stuff 3-4 weeks later. Everything don't be cleared up in your respiratory system, or way you're feeling in your stomach and all of that stuff. That takes a minute. But I just wanted to share it with you guys, how the people is trying to work with this here fear. They're trying to get it's not the people, it's the adversary, but a lot of them just don't, they're not having the faith and stuff that they should. Instead, you know, the ones that I that I sent the that's about brown enough. I'm gonna get ready to take it over and put it in the crock pot. Let me say this here first. The one that I sent the scriptures to over the by email with the Second Chronicles. What is it, Gary? 2:14. Do you remember?
I think that was it.
2:14. Is it 2:14? Yeah. Because I like for people to read the scriptures and stuff for yourself. I say, worried about the wrong thing. You got to know why God allowed us to be afflicted by this. And when you read Second Chronicles 14, it lets you know, because we all know it's a lot of wickedness and evilness and stuff going on in this land. Just like I was telling you, just telling you guys about the young lady that I put her to be a young lady because it was just stupid of her. That said that comment about, oh, you know, the front night we out, you know, having fun. How dare you be laughing? How dare you whatever? We had masks on, we had everything on, but you ain't gonna tell me how to direct my mind. I wish she was on or come back, but I learned something about these people on this here YouTube thing. They'll have several channels. When you block them with one, they'll come back with that other with something else. You know, you could tell it be they talk. They don't realize people that has a
cut out in a little bit here.
Oh, it is. Well, it's fixing to cut out, you guys. I mostly talk with you guys when I send my comment back in. So I'm gonna go on over. I'm gonna let him cut it off, and then I'm going over to the crock pot and get this here roasted in the crock pot and show you the next steps I'm gonna take from that, you guys. So I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, I'm back. I just wanted to say that little stuff to you guys before I finish up the video, because I was led to. But let me see. This is the way I cut the potatoes. Like I cut them in half. Oh, I'm sorry. I cut it in half and then I cut it in four. And then on top of here, can you see on top of this smoked turkey? I sprinkle the same seasoning that I had on the roast. I sprinkled them all on my potatoes and carrots. And then I had like a half of onions that I had left in the refrigerator. I didn't want to go bad, and I cut that up in there. You know, like I told you, make this stuff your own. Now I'm spraying this here, I'm pouring this here, those little, I used 2 of those little bouillon packs, because I figured that was, you know, I like for it to be well seasoned. And when you smell the way I do this roast, the smell is just, ooh, it's everything. And on top of that, it tastes delicious. I'm going to show it to you guys. But anyway, you guys, maybe I don't want you guys to get, I want you to stay safe and do what you're supposed to. But do not let people direct you with fear. Because if fear could help something, I tell you to go for it. But I think fear ain't doing nothing but weaken your body if you have to be faced with some of this stuff. And Satan knows that. That's what he's trying to do. Okay, I got that on there. I'm just gonna put this. I got it set on high. Put my top on it, and I'm gonna let this baby sit over here and do his thing for 6 or 7 hours. I'll let you know exactly how long I cook it when I get back. But let me finish saying that I just really been led to tell you guys, do not operate in fear. Just keep trusting God that He's gonna put the right people in the right place at the right time. You know, on one of my other videos, I was telling you guys that we had an older deacon at our church. You know, people don't believe that elderly people got the wisdom and stuff. But I've been around them a long time, and I've seen exactly what they say. And we know what they used to tell us. I've lived my life to know they was giving us some good wisdom to live by. But he used to say, tell them what Deacon Richardson used to say, Gary.
Eat the meat and spit out the bone.
Eat the meat and spit out the bone. And what he always told us about the if you don't respect the man, respect the chair. You remember that?
He's talking about when someone's preaching or giving you some advice or something like this, take what's good from it and use it, and that's not, discard it.
And that's what I'm saying. If you don't like who is in charge of stuff, whatever seat there is, you remove yourself from it, or the next time you have to vote or whatever, you don't vote for that person. And if you hadn't voted for him, you still that's what a lot of us have to do. I can't tell you everybody that I vote for citywide. I mean, on the city level, state level, or federal level, it was somebody that it was not always a candidate that I approved of. But one thing I always have did, I did what the Bible said do. I exercised my right in voting, and then I respected that seat, whatever they had. See, now he showed, some people, I had a person to come on my channel when I told you guys to respect what the president was telling us about staying safe when this stuff first came about. I had somebody to come on there. I mean, if they'd have been in my face, I would have told them exactly what, I would have stood on their toes and told them exactly what I want to know. Like, you don't come at me like that. You are wrong. You don't tell me how I'm supposed to feel and what I'm supposed to think, and I'm not going to tell you that. I will never come to you and tell you what to think and what not to think and all that stuff, and because I do not like it, and you will not disrespect me as that. I told you guys, people have went too far. That's maybe reading a lot of this stuff is going on in this land. Oh, they got my opinion. You have people that come to this channel ain't said nothing about they cooked something that I did. They just gonna come here to try to criticize. Oh no, you won't. Bye, you block, and I hope you don't never come back. And if you go on another channel, you'll hear me talking about you. What has gone wrong with people in this world that think that it's okay to be rude and nasty to people without a cause? I don't know who told you that and what rights. It's consequences to your action. You got, it's just consequences. You got the right to do what you want to do, but is you gonna be ready to suffer and pay the consequences in it? And you ain't got, like, with if I get out here, if I get over there, I mean out my door over in my neighborhood and get the cursing out of neighbors and stuff like that, they can call the police and I'll be charged with disorderly conduct. I had the right to go out there and do it, and then they got the right to come charge me because I would be wrong. You don't get out there and do something. It's constant. I want any young people that listen to me. It's consequences to your action, and do not let people lead you down telling you what to think. You may see that people is done got so bold with telling people what to think. They even think they can tell you it could be night outside and they can be telling you it's day and you supposed to believe it. Okay? I am not a follower of man. I'm a follower of the Lord, Jesus Christ. I'm a follower of Jesus Christ, and that's who I look to for my understanding. And then you got to know the word. You got a lot of people I see saying the word and stuff like that. They done twisted around. And his word is what the youngest person can understand it, and the most educated person can understand it. You don't need to get things lost in translation. And because I was saying, if you go read and study for yourself, and ask God to give you the wisdom or the knowledge to rightly divide His word, you'll be able to see how a person can turn things around and change things, and just to try to get you to go their way. And people get mad. I do not get mad when people don't like who I vote for or whatever the case. I couldn't care less. But you have some people They think they'll come up and say, you know, that if I know that you voted for a certain person and you don't like the person that's in there, I'm not gonna bring that up around you. But then you think you gonna bring it up, and then I'm not saying nothing of whatever that y'all. I don't care who you like. The world do not revolve around who you like. It's just who's up there. And I just want to say that I respect leadership, and I respect who God allowed to get in that in the place that can direct us, because you know, it could have been so much. It could have been a different thing. You could have had somebody up there to say, I'm just gonna be worrying about my legacy, and I'm not going to stop the economy from going and stuff like that. That's gonna look bad on me. But like I say, trust God that He's doing the right thing. Cause I promise you, we really don't know. Cause we're going by what man say. Okay, you guys, I'll see you back when this roast finished. But I was led to say that to you guys, and I wanted to share it with you. And I'll be back when the roast is finished. Okay, guys, I popped back on to show you guys. I already done put the little gravy mix in there, and I'm gonna let it probably cook about another hour. And I want to show you guys what the roast is looking like. Ooh, so hot. Can you see over here? Let's see what else going on. The potatoes is, can you see it now? Mm-hmm. Okay. That's the gravy after I put it was really loose, and you know I only put 1 cup of water over in here, but you can see how much liquid this roast produce. And I want to try to get it out whole just for demonstration purposes. And normally, you know, I don't really care. You know, I just usually cut it up in the crock pot, but I got to get it out and do a thumbnail. So I'm probably gonna let it cook over here. The potatoes and stuff, they good, they done, not overly done. That's the reason I like to use a little red potatoes. Seem like they hold up better than a russet potato. Just messing it up. So I just want to kind of show you the little gravy to it and what it's looking like at it's been in a little better than 4 hours now. Sometimes, you know, it always varies depending on the size roast that I have. But I don't like to hold the cat out, because usually I took it off. I took the top off just to put the gravy mix over there. Now, if you want to just put the gravy mix over there, just put it in there and just kind of stir it up. If your liquid is loose enough, you can. But I mix mine with just a little water and then just kind of put it over there in spots and then sort of stir it up. But you ain't got to make too big a deal out of it, because it's gonna, you know, cook up just fine. I'm going to let it cook probably about 30 more minutes to probably about 30 more minutes, and then I'm gonna take it up, and then I'm gonna come back and show you guys the finished product. I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, this is the finished results or product of the beef shoulder roast, cooked in the crock pot with potatoes and carrots. And I'm gonna go over and cut you guys a piece. Like I showed you in the video, I went in after 4 hours and I put that pack of gravy mix in it, and I still got lots of gravy over in the crock pot. So I'm gonna come over and cut you guys a piece and see how tender and stuff it is. If it ain't tender enough, I'll put it back in the crock pot. And I was just joking, you guys. I'll be let me let Tuck get over to the side, and then I'll come in and cut you guys a piece. Excuse me.
Okay.
Guys, I want to say this here before I go off. Those tickets, those lottery tickets that you guys sent me get in the live video and stuff that I did. I only got scratch. Tuck might have got some of the other Powerball and stuff. I didn't win I didn't get the big mother load, but the few dollars that I did win, I left them down there with Brittany. But it was just all in good fun, you guys. All in good fun. And I hope you guys take it to heart what I, had the discernment to share with you guys. All I was trying to say in my little chat was that don't be in fear. Because we don't know what is around the corner. Nobody really knows. They can only predict stuff. And because you have so many people right now is wait, the fall. Oh, the fall. It's going to be worse. It's going to be worse. And I be thinking to myself, how you know you're going to be here to fall? It may be worse for the ones that's left here, but you don't even know. You ain't got no guarantee that you're going to even be here. And the way these people keep kicking up stuff or whatever, bringing up stuff, you may have another outbreak to contend with. We just don't know that. That's where we got to put our trust in God. I'm saying all of us, and I myself not to be in fear. And I know I was praying for myself and just the whole world, and it was beginning to get next to me. It was beginning to get next to me. So that's when I just thought that I would share that with you guys. If you can, stay out of situation and stay out from around people that's gonna try to put some fear in your spirit. And that's all May was trying to share with you guys. So let me cut this roast, you guys, and see what's going on here. I didn't want it to cook all the pieces. Okay. All right. Shoulder roast. Let me see. And I get it up like this. I like to get my little spatula. Don't try to show out roast. I'm serving up my fam, my guests, and all whatever y'all is to me. I'm serving them something, so be cool. Okay, the roast is good and tender. And let me get you guys some potatoes and carrots. Put around it. Guys, the way I normally season this roast, it really be good. Let me get you a little, put just a little bit more gravy over this here roast to show you what it's going to be looking like. I'll be right back. Okay, I put some of the gravy back over it. Can they see it, Tuck?
Yes, well, we see it.
Okay. This is not as hot as I thought it was gonna be. I'm sitting up there getting ready. It got cool. So that's the roast, and the potatoes are. Let me put this down. The potatoes are very tender. They fork tender, and so is the roast. It's not, when I cook it like this, it don't, I told you guys I wasn't fond of crock pot cooking. So when I cook it like this, it just always, the texture of the meat and stuff don't be too overdone and mush. So, okay, you guys, this is the end of the video. And I'll be putting up, I done put a potato down here on the thing. I'll be putting up a video showing you guys some more of my ceramics And then I got a couple of, I'm going to do this probably as a weekly meal. And then I have another video I haven't put up as a weekly meal. And that's all for now. Until we do some more field trips and stuff. And the next field trip I do, and I hope I can kind of go live in the vehicle. It's going to be here in Alabama, you better believe. Somewhere that I feel comfortable. And so if you haven't subscribed to my channel, do so. Hit that notification bell to be notified. And let me tell you something else, you guys. The one that's always coming back to my channel, make sure you check and see that your notification bell is you know, it's on like it's supposed to be. Because I hear a lot of people saying that you know, the notification goes off. I don't think so on my channel. Be going off and they don't get the notifications and stuff like that. And because I'm still working on it, I wanna get where I know exactly when I'm gonna post a video. But I know, you know, I told you that my internet over in this area is not the best, so I don't know if I'll be able to do that. But we're working on it. We're trying. So like I say, you guys be blessed, stay safe, and follow your own mind. God bless, and May will see you in her next video. Bye.